Me or one was coming to me.
Or what was coming to you?
The world, Chico, and everything in it.
In order to have the world and everything you want from life, you have to first believe that it is possible. Do you believe it's possible? If you close your eyes and imagine yourself in your dream job, car, or house, how clear and vivid is that image? How many little details were you able to depict? You see, a champion doesn't become a champion in the ring, nor the court, nor the executive chair. They are merely just recognized there. That's all. See, the champion already saw the trophy in their hands long before they even laid a finger on it. So all those buzzer beaters, last minute knockouts, and nail biting sixes didn't just magically happen there either. It happened during the thousands of hours, time and time in the dark gym while the champion was surrounded by nothing but loneliness and sheer hunger. So in hindsight, the becoming of the champion actually happens during their daily routine. The becoming happens when they beat the sun every morning, ready to grind while everyone is sleeping. It happens when nobody is watching. There has to be a clear vision and routine, and that's where the champion becomes forged in fire. In order to develop that image in your mind, you need to start by forging your manifesto. What would it feel like to step into that ideal, confident, charismatic, strong, bold, and optimal version of yourself? Let's close our eyes and just imagine that for a few seconds. What does that person look like? What are they thinking? What are they doing? What are they eating for dinner? Who is this extraordinary human being? Start by profiling this person and write it down, because that is the future you, and that is who you are going to start chasing today. A lot of people take this step too lightly and say, I'll take a mental note. You know what the problem with mental notes are? And letting ideas sit in your mind? Sooner than later, the ink will fade. If you write it down, it's officially out of your mind and into a tangible object. By writing it down when you feel a strong emotion is even more powerful, because now you can articulate and convey that message in a detailed manner. Now it's your job to ensure that you read it and read it out loud every single day. That's right. Read it out loud. Author Napoleon Hill, in his great book, Think and Grow Rich, says, a goal is a dream with a deadline, and opportunity always comes disguised in the form of misfortune or temporary defeat. If you do not conquer self, you will be conquered by self. So take some time out of your day to be mindful by writing, reading, chanting, envisioning that future self through constant meditation and auto-suggestion. Auto-suggestion is a psychological technique related to the placebo effect that takes the form of individuals' self-induced suggestions to guide their own thoughts, feelings, and behaviors, which then form the habits required to achieve the desired goal. This type of daily meditation is extremely important, especially in our digital era today, where we live in a hyper-stimulated world and staying present and attentive is a challenge. Do not underestimate the power of the mind. You see, most people are stoppable. You can slow most people down. Give them a good challenge, throw a couple curveballs, raise the stakes, and they fold before you know it, throwing in that towel. But that's not you, is it? Otherwise, you wouldn't be here. You see, if you put a baby shark in a fish tank, do you know what will happen to it? It will fail to outgrow the tank and evolve into the apex predator that it's meant to be. Instead, its growth will be stunted. It will go through various physiological and psychological issues that ultimately lead to death. All because of a limiting environment that caused the shark to believe that this is it. The problem in the modern world today is that we allow our minds to believe a weakening thought. And as mentioned earlier, our thoughts, if focused on for long enough, eventually become our reality, regardless of what they are. So don't cheat yourself, man. Don't cheat yourself through self-betrayal and allow yourself to believe a weakening thought. You don't always have to be jacked up and excited about it. Sometimes all you gotta do is outlast it. As a matter of fact, most days you won't feel like doing it. Some days you will feel sore, and other days you will feel lazy. But whatever the situation is, you have to keep moving forward because you cannot afford to lose a day as your dream is waiting and depending on you to pull through, and that future self that you're chasing will only get further and further away. So stop blaming the competition, your boss, the economy, the government, and that list goes on and on and on. If you're constantly blaming everything on everyone except yourself, then you have no reason to change, do you? But if you look at your own failures and start puzzling how you can learn and grow from it, then you can take ownership of everything that is in your control, including the solutions required to overcome the problem. The power of the human mind is truly immeasurable, and we still don't know its fullest capacity. Start chasing your future self today to show gratitude towards the immense potential that comes from the gift of life that we all have in us. Pain is a part of life, but suffering is a choice. Tough times don't last, but tough people do. The only thing that can stop you is you.